Catherine C. of Cortez Journal. Monday, Los Elotes. My name is Catherine and I am 11 years old. This is my journal. I am going to write it in every day while I am going on a cruise in Mexico Sea of Cortez. Last night, we boarded the ship Seabird at La Paz. We met other passengers at dinner. After we went to bed, the ship left the harbor and sailed through the night. When we awoke this morning, we were near a small island called Los Elotes. We could hear a lot of noise coming from the island. There were many chattering birds and barking sea lions. We had to have a safety drill before going to the island. The captain explained what we should do if there were an emergency. All of us had to practice putting on our life jackets. I met a nice boy named Peter, and he is 10 years old. In order to get close to the island, we had to ride in inflatable rubber boats. We were able to get very close to the sea lions. There were hundreds of them. Some were sleeping on a rock, while others played in the water. Then came the best part. We were allowed to snorkel and swim with the sea lions. They were very friendly and playful. I love it. When a young one swam up to me to say hello, it was a great day. Tuesday, Half Moon Bay. When I woke up this morning, I looked out of my cabin window. I saw a beautiful white sandy beach. The sea was calm, clear and blue. The sun was shining brightly. We had sailed to Half Moon Bay at Isla San Francisco. The ship's crew has been up early. They had taken a lot of kayaks to the beach for us to use after lunch. At lunch, I met another kid, James. We were both excited about kayaking. After a quick boat trip, we were on the beach. We were given a brief kayak lesson, and then we picked out our kayaks. So were two of these. Some were for two people, others was single seater. I went with my mom in two-seater. I sat in the front. My mom is very strong, so we were soon whizzing along on the top of the water. It was great, but my arms soon got tired. I left it to Mom to get us back. After kayaking, I played with Peter and James on the beach. We made a huge sand castle and had swimming races. In the evening, we had dinner on the beach. The crew built a bonfire, and we all gathered around. We ate hamburgers and fish tacos. Afterward, we tossed marshmallows on the bonfire to make more. After everyone was full, we had to sing along. A few people has brought guitars. They played popular songs and everyone joined in singing. It was a perfect end to the perfect day. When I awoke this morning, we hadn't stopped anywhere. We were still sailing. This was because we were on the lookout for whales. I learned there are many different types of whales in the Sea of Cortez. I hope that we might see some of them. Later in the morning, we saw an island in the distance. It was Isla San Jose. We were going ashore there. The rock in the island was a pretty orange color. There was fossils of shells in the rocks. We even saw a fossil of a turtle that had died thousands of years ago. When we were on a long hike, I saw a big bug on a flower. I took this photo. The bug is called a tarantula webs. I saw a bird repeatedly flying to a cactus. I quietly sat down to watch. The bird was feeding its baby. It had made a nest in a hole in the cactus. When we got back to the ship, a surprise was waiting. The captain invited Peter, James, and me to the ship bridge. The captain showed us all the instruments and explained how they work. He even let each of us steer the ship. We were looking out for whales, but there was still no signs of any. I hope that we will be luckier tomorrow. Breakfast this morning was interrupted by the captain letting us know that there were dolphins close by. Everyone left half-eating cereals, eggs and bacon and rushed out onto the deck. People were looking out to see with their binoculars and cameras. Soon there were hundreds of dolphins surrounding the ship. They seemed to be as curious about us as we were about them. The dolphins were very graceful. They swam so fast and jumped out of the water as they sped along. 6 or 7 dolphins swam right in front of the ship. They seemed to enjoy being pushed along by the bow of the ship. The marine mammal expert on the cruise told us that the dolphins were swimming rapidly together to round up fish to eat. There were many gulls and pelicans diving into the sea to catch fish disturbed by the dolphins. In the evening, we watched a movie on a cool old DVD player. Could have been a better day. Friday, Wales, Catalina Island. It happened today. We saw whales. We were cruising along when I saw a kind of fountain in the distance. What's that out there? I asked one of the cruise sea animal experts. It's a whale spot. He answered, great job. I asked the captain to hit her for it. Soon we were next to the biggest creature on earth, a blue whale, and not just one of them, but a pair. They seemed happy to swim next to the ship. They were huge, over 80 feet long. It was very exciting to hear them breathe out of their blowers. One of them would dive down underwater. We timed how long it stayed under water. We timed it was about 8 minutes. We could then calculate when it would surface again. We had just enough time to run inside and get an ice cream cone before the whale surfaced again. We watched the whales for a long time, but soon had to leave them. We go into the Catalina Island. We land on a pebbly beach at Catalina Island in the afternoon. Peter found the shells of dead turtles. They were very creepy because their heads were still attached. They looked alive, but they didn't have any eyes. Saturday, Santa Rosalia and Isla Rasa. I was walking up very early this morning. The sea was very rough and the ship was tossing and turning on a big wave. It was a little scary, but Dad assured me that the ship was safe. At breakfast, everyone looked tired. The movement of the ship on the big waves was the reason that nobody has slept much. The sea was calmer when we pulled into the harbor at Santa Rosalia. This small town was where the ship stopped to pick up supplies and fresh water. Santa Rosalia was once a mining town. Although there is no longer mining, there are lots of old desert buildings and rusty equipment still around. In the afternoon, we sailed on land at Isla Rasa. Every spring, hundreds of thousands of seabirds nest on this island. We arrived at the perfect time because the birds had just arrived on the island the day before. The birds are mainly hermits, gulls, elegant terns, and royal terns. The noise they make is deafening. We had to walk very carefully to make sure we didn't step on any nets or eggs. Sunday, Bahia de Los Angeles, Bujum Forest. Today was our last day on the ship. I'm writing this at the airport while we're waiting for the plane to take us home. This morning we went ashore at Bahia de Los Angeles. There was buses waiting to take us to the Bujum Forest. I didn't know what a bujum was, but I soon found out. A bujum is a most peculiar tree. It's like an upside down carrot, but it's very, very tall. There were hundreds of these trees in the desert forest. We hiked for miles also into the Bujum forest. I love the Bujums because they had never seen anything quite like them. Had always thought a forest as dark, shady places. In the afternoon, we sailed toward our last stop, Guamas. On the way, we were very lucky because we saw many marine mammals. It was as if they have all come to goodbye. We saw 4 fin whales swimming together. They are the second largest whale in the ocean. A little while later, 8 pilot whales swam along with the ship. They was very small, but it was fun watching them jump out of the water. Finally, a friendly dolphin and a pelican stopped by to say farewell. This is the end of my cruise journal. I will always remember this wonderful vacation and the new friends that I have made. Thank you for listening to me.